Okay, so we got kind of cut off from our last recording. So our last video was supposed to be our last video, but it wasn't because we got cut off. So I believe this is where I left off. I was going to talk about two major groups of primates, the strepsirrhines, which are also known as the wet-nosed primates. They have, like, their nose is wet, kind of like a cat's nose would be wet. These include a lot of really adorable organisms, such as the lemurs and the lorises. We typically find them in Africa, Madagascar, and tropical parts of Asia. They are almost all arboreal, living in trees, and nocturnal. There is an exception. In Madagascar, there was a major radiation of lemurs. This is a ringtail lemur. And we do have some lemurs in Madagascar that are diurnal and terrestrial rather than arboreal. The other major group are known as the Drynosed primates, or the haplorhines. So this is a pretty big group. It includes the tarsiers. It also includes the New World monkeys and the Old World monkeys. So the New World monkeys and the Old World monkeys have different distributions. Also, in the New World monkeys, we have this prehensile tail for grasping. And we don't see this in the Old World monkeys. If there's a tail, it's going to be shorter and not have this grasping ability. So a lineage, there was a split here between the Old World monkeys and the lineage that would eventually lead to the apes. So the apes include actually let me go back. The apes include the gibbons, the orangutans, the gorillas, the chimpanzees, and the humans. So sometimes you see the gibbons and the orangutans being referred to as the Asian apes, and the humans and chimpanzees and gorillas referred to as the African apes. So the non-human apes are large primates with long arms, short legs, and no external tail. They are highly social and have large brains and very flexible behavior, and they typically have fairly complex social groupings and hierarchies. Okay, so about 6 million years ago in Africa, a lineage split occurred that would lead to the chimpanzees on one hand, and to the other hand to the clade known as the homonyms. So this includes modern humans and their extinct close relatives. So what do we see in the human lineage? Well, Homo sapiens, I should underline this, be proper here. Homo sapiens, our species, has been around about 200,000 years. And we have several quite closely related homonyms that are in our same genus and that also coexisted with us until just recently. So some trends we see in the human and the homonym lineage would be a continually shortening jaw and a face that is becoming much flatter. So, compare this early homonym to Homo sapiens. We also see the brain case and the brain itself becoming much, much larger. There were also changes in the digestive tract as we saw a transition from, more herbivory to a more carnivorous or omnivorous diet. Also, along with changes in the jawbone, we had changes in the jaw musculature. The other thing we see as we get a larger and larger brain, and particularly, especially in Homo sapiens, and some things uniquely that in Homo sapiens are things like language, symbolic thought, artistic expression, the manufacture and use of complex tools, culture, domestication of animals and crops, specialization of roles in community settings, all the things that we just take kind of for granted, set us apart in a very special way from other organisms. So, believe it or not, folks, that's the end of chapter 32. Thanks for staying with me to the bitter end. I know this has been a long one. As always, if you have any questions, please let me know.